Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Vera Manu. Today I'm going to be doing an eyebrow tutorial. So without wasting any time, we're going to get into the video. Usually my very first step is to go in with my eyebrow brush. So this right here, I go in with this brush and I brush my brows upward just to give it an outline that I can use to draw. So I'm just going to go in on both brows, so just brushing up like that. I'm just looking down into my mirror over here. So for most people, this would be a very important step just because it's going to give you the outline, the shape that you're going to use to draw your brows. So for most people, this would be a very important step to take. Okay. So after I'm done shaping up my brows, as you can see, right now they're really bushy. Like I haven't gone to try them or nothing like that. They're just messy. So after you're done doing that, I'm gonna go in today with my Maybelline New York Eye Studio Brow Pomade. So that's what it looks like. Alright. Maybelline Eye Studio Brow Pomade. I always use the brush that came with it. So this is the brush that came with my brow pomade. So I've always been using this brush to do my brows. So I'm gonna tap onto the pomade. I usually start by drawing an outline on the bottom of my brows, and I draw from the middle all the way to the end. Now as you can see, I have a lot of hair on my brows, so usually for me, I wouldn't use too much product. I go very light just because I like my brows to look natural but nice at the same time. So I try to go really light on the product that I use. So I'm gonna just start by drawing a line on the bottom of my brows. So like I said, starting from this side, so when I have the bottom outline drawn, I'll draw the top as well. Top outline as well. Not too much product, remember? And I don't put too much product, especially at the front. I try to have as minimal product as I can at the front. And then I just go in with more product and fill in the ends and the sides. Try not to draw your brows too long. I usually use I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is usually my cutoff for my brows. And don't worry if you make any mistakes, it's not the end of the world. That's why we have concealers. You can always use a concealer to go in and correct whatever mistake you make. So I'm gonna use the same product to go on the other brow. I'm gonna draw an outline just like this one on the bottom and on the top as well. Always remember not to use too much product. Well, if you have very little brow hairs, obviously you're going to need a lot more product than I use. But for me, I have a lot of hair. I don't know if you guys can see that. I have way too much hair on my brows, and so I just use very minimal product on my brows, and yeah, the same thing. So I draw an outline just like the first one. You make a mistake here, it's not the end of the world, trust me. This is like the first step, but it's not the end of the world. You can always go in with concealer to correct this if you make a mistake. So on the top. This is how I do my brows every day. Some people do their brows different, but this is how I do my brows every day. Okay, so now that I've drawn with my brow gel, I'm gonna use this brush again just to spread out the product, make sure that everything looks natural. I'm gonna use this to blend the product in, make sure that it looks, like my natural brows, even though it's not natural. Okay, and always brush up, because brushing up maintains the shape of your brows. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I find that for me, when I brush my brows up, it's like maintaining and emphasizing the shape of the brows that I already have. Oh yeah, one thing that I forgot to mention is that you always want to use this to draw. You have to follow the shape of your brows. You don't want to exaggerate or make the shape smaller than it already is. You know, you want to follow the shape of your brows and make that shape to stand out. That's the whole point of drawing your brows. You don't want to mess up your eyebrows or make it look worse than it should. I would usually go in again with this, you know, fill out whatever I feel like needs to be filled out. I would go in and fill that out. So after I'm done with that, the next step for me is to go in my concealer. Now this is a really important step. This is like the most important step of drawing your brows, because this is what gives you the shape, the pop, everything that you need to make your brows look really nice. This is what you need. So I'm gonna go in with my concealer. For me, I use the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. That's what I use for my brows. NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. And I actually use this brush here. So it's an angled brush that comes with the concealer. So that's what I use to do my brows. And then I use another brush to, you know, spread it out, make it look nice. But I use this brush to apply the concealer to my brows. So I'm going to start with the side here. I'm going to start from the middle, the bottom, but like the middle of the bottom. If that makes any sense. I don't start with the very front because I don't want to make a mistake and then I can't correct it. But if I start from the middle, I find that I can always correct any mistake that I make. Okay, so from the middle part down, I'm gonna draw. If you guys can see that, so I'm gonna draw like that, right? Doesn't matter how much product you use here, so far as it's your shade and you know that it's going to blend into your skin, sis, do not worry about it. Use as much product as you feel comfortable with. If you feel comfortable with smaller product, use smaller product. I typically don't use a lot, like this is as much as you would see me use, nothing more, nothing less. So yeah, I work from the bottom, from the side, all the way to the front. So from here, I work my way up to the front. Okay, so same thing for the top as well. I'm gonna go in with my concealer again, and again, not too much product, but I'm going to start from the side and work my way towards the front of the brows. So from the side again, same thing like I did before. Let me know how you guys find using this using the brush that comes with your concealer. For me, I think this is perfect just because it has that angle to it, you know. Like it's perfect for drawing my brows. I don't think I need any extra brush or anything like that to draw my brows. I think this is perfect. This does the job for me perfectly. Okay, now that I have this brow done, I'm gonna go in with my concealer, do the same thing to the other brow. Now like I said, do not worry about how much product you have, sis. So far as it's your skin tone and you know it can blend into your skin, it's fine. You're probably wasting, you know, too much product if you put too much, but don't worry if it's like dragging all the way out. If that's what's gonna help you achieve the style or the shape that you want, do that. Honestly, just do that. Okay, so same thing with the other brow, right? I'm gonna go start from the side and work my way to the front of the brows like that. And I start from the bottom as well, just like before. Yeah. And some people feel like, oh, if you make a mistake on the concealer, you can't correct it. You can, all you have to do is go in with your, actually I'm just gonna show you guys. I'll make a mistake here now and I'll show you guys. So if you make a mistake, all you have to do is grab your eyebrow brush and just correct it. There you go, eyebrow solved. All done. That's all you have to do. Just go in with your eyebrow pomade brush and just correct it. That's all you have to do if you make a mistake. So same thing, and I'm gonna start from the side and work my way up to the front, just like I did before. Now there's something that I find that actually really helps me with my brows. I tend to draw a unibrow. It doesn't make sense, but I do it because I find that when I draw a unibrow, I can tell if my brows are on the same length. Obviously, you want your brows to look like sisters. Ideally, if possible, twins, like identical twins. But that's really hard because it's just hard. So I tend to draw a unibrow because that helps me to know if they are both on the same line, if that makes any sense. So that's what I do to help myself. So yeah, I'm just gonna go in like that. Okay. Again, this is the most important step, but it's not the end of the world if you make a mistake. Please do not even stress about it. Like, drawing your brows is so easy. So far as soon as you get a hang of it, it's so easy. Oh my gosh, so easy. Okay, so now that I'm done with that, the next step for me is I like to go back in with my brush again. I just want to make sure that everything looks the way that I want it to look. So back with my brush, I'm just going to, make sure that all the lines are exactly where I want them to be. Every part that I want filled out is filled out, stuff like that. Nothing too serious. I'm not stressing about it as much. Just fixing what I can fix. Okay? So now that I'm done with that, the next step is to go in with my beauty blender. Beauty blender or a brush. Beauty blenders, gosh, they're a girl's best friend. I feel like beauty blenders just do everything for you. So I'm gonna go with my beauty blender because I'm gonna go with the I'm gonna go with my beauty blender and I'm just gonna blend out the concealer. For those people wondering, oh, that's too much concealer. This is the time when you blend it out. Okay, this is where you get everything out. Okay, so back looking into my mirror, I'm just gonna blend. And yes, same thing for the unibrows. People tend to feel like, oh, if I draw a unibrow, it's going to show. Sis, that is why you blend. You blend to take out whatever needs to be taken out. Like, that's the whole point of blending, my dear. If you're not blending properly, then that's a different scenario. But if you're blending, it's all going to look good at the end. You don't even have to worry about it. Okay, so I don't know if you guys noticed, but I do my brows first before I do anything else. Eyebrows are always the first on my list. I'm just blending very carefully here. Very careful here. Very careful. So now, I'm gonna blend all this out. Like, can you see that? Okay. Rid of excess product and stuff like that. Okay, well, how do they look? They look like sisters. Twin sisters or sisters, let me know. I think this is like perfect. This is how I do my brows every day. Yeah, this is how I do my brows every day. Let me know if you like this, and that's the end. I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like this video, make sure you click the subscribe button down below. Comment, like, share. See you in my next video.